Okay, good morning, all. Today, sir, we'll recap chapter 1.1 IPO processing model. Okay, for IPO, this one IPO is involve humans and machine. For information, human and machine. It's an interaction between computer system and human. To how it's happened, there are some keywords you have to remember, have to memorize. For input, we can use keywords such as enter, key in, get, read, input, scan, and tap. Okay. For process, perform, verify, calculate, compute, determine. For output, display, show, output, beep, sound. Okay. If this one involve the sound. Storage, we can say as save, storage, or store, and keep. Okay. For example, the real model is look like this. If you see the model for the input, you have to use the parallelogram uh, diagram. You have to use the parallelogram. For process, you use the rectangle. For output, you can use the parallelogram. Okay, and for storage, you can use the cylinder. This is the uh, real drawings for the information processing cycle, or IPO, input process output model. Both are same. The drawings is look like this, so you have to memorize or just jot down the real drawing into your notes. Okay, so what happened, what we already learned about chapter 1.1. What happened in an input is any data or instruction that we enter into the computer system for processing. There are four types of input: text, you can enter text, you can enter graphic, you can enter audio, or you can enter the video inside the computer. Okay, the input devices such as keyboard, light pen, joystick, microphone, mouse, video, or digital camera will capture the input, and you will go to the second stage, that is a process. Okay, the second stage is a process where the processing unit controls all the activities within the system. The CPU is an example of a processor that control the process in a computing system. It's look like the same as a brain for the humans. So computer process, that is CPU, is a assume we can assume is a brain for the computer. After that, you can do a storage. Okay, the storage. Okay, storage is a location which data, instruction, or information being stored for the future use. It's a physical material that keeps the data, instruction, or information. There are two types of storage. Okay, one we call it as a primary storage, another one we call it as a secondary storage. What are the primary storage? Primary storage, such as the thing, we can all the things for the few time. For example, we can all the things for the temporary, volatile. And another one is the permanent storage, we can hold it for the long time. Okay, for then after that we can go for the output. The output is a data processed into the use of useful form, we call it as a information. So we can see as a, you can, there are four types of output, which is text, graphic, audio, and video. So you also can see at your screen. Okay, example of devices that you can use is monitor, you can see as a screen; printer, you can print out; speaker, we can hear the sound; and plotter. There are four example of devices. Okay, maybe some of you will think, which one is the first stage? Input is the first stage. Okay, I know already. Which one is the second stage? Okay, process is the second stage. And you confuse whether the output is third stage or the storage is the third stage. That been a big argument and big discussion among you, and as well as in the internet also. Okay, when we capture something into the input, we call it the first stage. Then we go for the second stage, is a process. The third one is considered as you store in your computer for a temporary time, we call it as a primary storage. Means that before you produce things to the output, before you uh, show your things that you already captured and you want to present in the output, so you have to store for the temporary. So mean that the temporary storage, we call it as a third process, third stage, and the last one will be the output. This one is the for the when you have the temporary storage for the third. Then after you show the your input of your any documents that you input. For example, you press C in the screen. Okay, C in the keyboard. You press C. Okay, the C will be processed in your CPU, and you can see the C in your output in the screen. So meanwhile, is you can see the word C, alphabet C on the screen. There must be a temporary storage to all the things temporarily so that you can see the alphabet C on the screen. Okay, then we can see we can know that the third stage will be the storage. But after that, you want to save it permanently into your computer. The fourth stage will be the storage. Okay, there are two types. Okey, seulang balik dalam BM juga Okey. Kalau yang first one adalah input. So di mana kita masukkan data. Then second one kita pergi kepada proses, second stage. Yang ketiga adalah output. Yang ini berlaku dan bila output tu apa yang kita masukkan dalam data, contohnya kamu enter A dalam keyboard, A itu masuk dalam komputer, komputer proses, itu adalah stage yang kedua. Bila komputer dah proses, dia kena pancar ke screen. So dan jadi output adalah yang ketiga. Tapi bila kamu tengok dalam internet, mungkin kamu akan nampak storage adalah yang ketiga. Ini berlaku disebabkan kalau kita tengok dalam diagram dia, dan bila dia nak simpan bila dia nak pancar ke screen, dia kena simpan sementara. Kita panggil volatile, iaitu primary storage. Dan dia akan simpan sementara supaya kamu nampak di screen. Sebab tu dalam internet mungkin yang stage ketiga dia letak sebagai storage. Tapi selepas dia pancar di screen, kita akan simpan dia sebagai permanent. Mungkin dalam huruf A yang kamu tunjuk tu kamu nak save supaya dia simpan dalam dokumen file kamu tu. A itu boleh saya simpan selama-lamanya. Itu berlakulah, storage tu berlaku pada ujung. Sebab tu bila kita lukis diagram, input, process, output dan storage tu berlaku di tengah-tengah proses. Dia akan berlaku selepas output dan dia kena balik, ataupun dia kena berlaku sebelum output. Bila dia berlaku selepas output, dia berada di stage yang keempat. Dan bila dia berlaku sebelum output, dia bermaksud dia simpanan sementara itu telah berlaku. So saya rasa itu je untuk hari ini. Thank you a lot. May God bless you all, and you are the teacher of the